Y'all, it's TMD, that man Drin, and here we are, college football. So Baylor Bears, we're 1-1. Got a lot of work to do. Obviously, we're going against Houston at Houston, 1-2. This LSU Georgia game I actually watched. I put it on 11-minute quarters. That seems to be the most realistic score. And I watch CPU versus CPU when I fall asleep sometimes or go to bed. And it was a pretty good game. I just didn't get to watch the ending because I fell asleep. But it was a hell of a game. As you can see here, LSU was up 17-7 at one point. They had, I think they were down 7-0, went up 17, and then Georgia just dominated, just started putting up points. Before you knew it, it was tied at half. And then, they won that third quarter. I didn't get to see the fourth, but what I saw was Georgia was dominating the game, completely turned around the game. So this is my team. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what the roster year is. You can kind of figure out for yourself what time that is, or whatever. It don't really matter anyway. So obviously we have a honestly not really favorable quarterback room, but hey, we're doing our best. Speed isn't where we want it, and a senior as an 80 overall is gross. We have a freshman, Richard Reese. He was a sellout in the first game, but the second game he really turned things around. Yeah, man was a sellout, dude. Look at the speed. Speed's a problem. We need speed. I'm with Flumlow when he says, I need speed. You need speed, you need acceleration, and that's just what you need. Taking a look, we do have speed here. Two juniors at wide receiver that are looking pretty good. They both also have in the mid 70s of release, so really good edge wide receivers that make plays. Burton, obviously this is your slot, so you want him to be fast. However, I'm gonna keep these guys here because I need people releasing on the outside, and I need them to be fast, and it's working out. Baldwin has been going crazy, I'm pretty sure. Jackson's made a couple plays. I think it's Winfield that's actually making plays. Believe it or not, he's fifth wide receiver out there, but he's making plays. 79 speed, you'd be like, what? Wait, that man getting open. This is my line. I'm just kind of gonna go through it. I don't really care. Obviously we look pretty weak, but a couple freshmen in. I just said start the freshman because this senior is sad. Yeah. We have a very old team though. Look how many seniors we have. Senior, next year is truly gonna be the start of this dynasty. Dude. Junior, you just have so many old people. Look at that freshman. And we have another senior here. This guy will come back for us. And we have another senior. You see what I mean? Next year is going to be where the dynasty truly begins. Junior, we have a freshman there. So we have some talent that's there, just not fast. Obviously, these corners are not fast, and you want your corners to be fast. I play free safety on defense, just like Flumlow, but I kind of play defense a little bit different. I actually go to my zone and card my zone. That man's funny. Sometimes he just loves playing right in the middle of the field. On College Football Revamped, there's an adjustment. Someone made some adjustment to make the AI play better. And so, for example, they'll save their timeouts rather than call them at 2:16 every time. I noticed that towards halftime, towards the end of the game, they love calling their timeouts right around the 2:16 mark. But now they won't do that. They'll actually be smart and use their timeouts effectively, so you can't cheese the system that way. They don't throw screens anymore, really, at all. Not that HB screen, if you've seen Flemmo reps, is that's what he exposes. They don't throw that anymore. So it's a lot more challenging when you have to go out there and actually play and there's no like extreme flaw in the AI system. Yep, this is obviously our return team. On kick returns, I mean, I guess for this, I may like have myself return, but returning is honestly pretty easy. And so like, I don't know, I kind of want to give myself a challenge. So I typically watch the AI return it. And then I watch the kickoff return too on the other side. So I might just still incorporate that. So these are our stats to start out the year. 53 for 78. We have 5 touchdowns. Get ready. 3 picks. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought, but yeah, dude, they do that on purpose. Just like, look at this, like 5 touchdowns and 3 picks. Like you see that like right hand side, and you see the left hand side, like they have room to put in that interceptions. It's just like most people don't want to see that because you throw a lot of picks. Rushing wise, we're looking decent. He's all right. And then he's only had 1 rush go for 20 or more yards. Receiving wise, Winfield. It is Winfield. Winfield is having a pretty decent type of year so far for us. How many drops? Okay, so Cameron's, he's got some shit to work on. Burton as well, but as you can see down here, Baldwin and Jackson. These are our edge receivers. 33 on average. If we see them, they're making plays. 81-yard touchdown and stuff like that. But you also see Winfield, 51. Jackson with a 39-yarder. Okay, that's a problem. Obviously, I said like we're putting in the freshmen, but our offensive line is really bad. Like really bad. Yeah, it's a problem. So Bobby. That's not who I am, but that's the strong safety. Yeah, he's playing his heart out. This is me, so we're right up there. And Smith. So in terms of like giving someone swag or like 5-star talent, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. We gotta let these games continue on a little bit more. Matt Jones, as you can see, we're getting some tackles for loss. Interceptions, we only have 2 on the year. And we have a number of sacks, so we're getting after the quarterback, which is good. Kick return, like I said, I don't return kicks, so these are just AI numbers. But I do return the punts. I do return the punts because I have a little bit more trouble returning punts. Returning kicks, you just go to the outside and just cheese and hope that second, there's that one dude on the edge. And then there's the second guy. You hope that he just pancakes the dude and you just run through. Like, it's super simple. But a punt return, like, that's just true art. Like, you got to find your way around. I can't run laterally. So that's another big thing. Like, my characters are extremely nerfed and will slow down like crazy to the point where I will show you, because it's bound to happen in game, where if you're running that way, not upfield, but that way, your character slows down so much to the point where they're running slower than the offensive lineman can, you know. And so it's definitely, you can't cheese your way around. You got to run upfield. So it is a challenge. All right, so taking a look at the top 25 pools, like I said, I really do like seeing other teams in my dynasty, so I focus on them, what they're kind of doing and stuff like that. Obviously, LSU just took the L this week against Georgia. Notre Dame won this game. It's already simmed, I guess. Like it was in game. The final score was already determined, and so Notre Dame has had a hell of a year already. 2-0, and they played Michigan State, and then they played Michigan. Then they beat Penn State, so they got Wisconsin and stuff like that. Like, I mean, their season begins like rough right away, so good for them because they're normally sellouts. See Bama, they've just dominated most part. Penn State obviously took that L, did what they needed to do there. You got Clemson, Washington, Texas, pretty much your normal teams in there. Oregon, take a look at this. Oregon State I had a couple bye weeks. I put my bye weeks at the beginning of the year to recruit. So yeah, we're pretty far into the season, kind of, but hey, it's not that big of a deal considering it's only my third game. So obviously that's a good win. Good for them. Oklahoma. Nice. They're in the Big 12. I'm going to make some adjustments. Like, I do like maybe seeing Texas and Oklahoma in the SEC. Obviously, they're in the Big 12. So this year is just kind of leaving them where they're normally at or where they used to be at. So just understand that. We will make adjustments, but okay. I'll just kind of scroll down the rest of them. So you kind of see Florida making an impact. Nice. Heisman watch. McCord is up. Interesting. Okay, so that's weird. He's a senior here. I mean, he's still playing. Now, what was really cool was we actually won Player of the Week, our second game. Look at these stats. We were going crazy. 29 for 36, 480 yards, 6 carries, 6 total touchdowns. Hell of a game. So this is us. First game, we got completely humbled. It was really ugly. 10-45. We couldn't play offense at all. We had 300 yards passing. I mean, look at this. We had 350 yards passing. Just could not get in the end zone. Why? Because we were sacked so many times. I think I heard 8 from the announcer, which, by the way, I am not going to have Kirk and Brad in the announcing in the game. Dude, I've spent a decade with hearing them. Like, I'm done with them. And we're just gonna hear the crowd getting loud and stuff like that. Someone on the Discord for college football also came out with a way to make the crowd more enhanced. So, dude, kudos to them. They did a really good job in terms of changing this game around. Obviously, these guys completely ran down our fucking throats. Dude, it looks ugly in terms of our defense looked really bad. We threw 3 picks, so that's where our 3 picks came from. Yeah, but then this game, dude, we came out and we were going crazy. Put up 42 in the first half against good old Nebraska. This is where I'm from. Stuff like that. Our offense was electric. Just really good. They did have a good ground game, so I'm sure we're last in rush, which is actually ironic because if you play in dynasties, you'll notice you're typically in the top 10 without even trying in terms of rush defense. But dude, they're really good in terms of rush. This is kind of who we have coming up. We're in the Big 12, so there is a chance I think we play Oklahoma or Texas. Looks like we do. We play Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, but not Texas this year. West Virginia, that's going to be a scary night game. But we got Houston. Oh, look good. Kansas is 3-0. So this is kind of what I do. I go ahead and sim some games. This is the one thing that really means a lot to me, is just kind of seeing how teams are doing. So like, for example, here, let's take a look. Okay, that's accurate, you know, and stuff like that. And what I'm actually going to incorporate in the next, because we've already simmed some of these games, is I'm going to go onto that website and the one about the spread that I mentioned in the previous episode. And we're going to take a look at all the spreads for all the games. And then we'll sim and see kind of what we're looking at. And I'll write them down so I can remember them, and so we can see the spread of games and stuff like that. Obviously, this was already completed in game. Notre Dame won that, so that was good for them. I was thinking about watching this one, but we're just gonna sim it here. Yes. Washington got the win there, and Oregon got the win there. Not really focused on any teams outside of the top 25 right now, as it is week 5, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit, and then we'll kind of see if there are any other undefeateds. That's typically what I start looking for. Okay, so that's about it. I was actually looking to do the revamped rankings and betting thing, but I'm gonna have to put that in the next episode because I'm running into issues where it's just not working, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna take a closer look at it, and we'll just show it at the beginning of the next episode. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's get into the game though, so let's go. Yeah, I hope y'all have a great day. It's TMD, that man Drin. See ya.